Unplugged.
And welcome back to the Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast, episode 322. 322?
Yeah.
3 is the number that can be denoted by three individual ones. However, in binary, you can denote 3 with only two uh, buy-ins, as I like to
Bits.
call them. Buy-ins.
Or bits, that's fine.
And that can be 3. So if you take two of the buy-ins, as I call them, and
True.
put them together, then you got 3.
And you know what a 1 in binary is?
What is?
It's a 2 in normal people counting.
Well, what are you gonna
That's how it be.
get a? I kind of forgot. I used to be pretty quick at the binary when when Fee and I were in class because we had a binary clock at the front of the room. That thing would always just be flashing to all hell.
There was at one point in time, I don't know if they still do it, but the timers in the background of them on GDQ
Yeah,
were counting in binary.
yeah. It's one of those things that like you think you're like, oh man, this is cool. I know binary. Then no one actually. It's not cool.
No one uses it.
It's all dying anyways. So
The most that I use binary anymore is just knowing it and when I have to enter in IP addresses in Linux.
yeah.
Because they use slash citers, which is
Yeah.
how many filled out bits there
Yeah.
are.
So I got a prop to start off with.
Yeah. What you got?
I just have to thank the audience for a postcard because
Ooh.
uh I get sent postcards all the time and I try to acknowledge them, but for some reason I got this postcard and I just like I look at it in my fridge every day, but I just know I think about it as I'm like cooking and I'm like, well, I can't. I'm cooking. I'm not gonna take a picture of it now. I'm like I got stuff going on. Then I'm eating and I'm like I'll take it. I'll take a picture of it after I'm eating, but then I got dishes and then like after dishes I'm so done with like being in the kitchen. I just want to get out.
Yep.
So I am in this thing acknowledging this rock arch postcard from Ta. I would read the paragraph, but the stamp covers up the half of the paragraph. The like every beginning line of the paragraph
Oh,
describing to me the arch.
good.
So I have to make some inferences of this guy, Joe Wilson, probably like mass murdered, highway of something, probably something feet. Must have been into feet, and then there's this other dude's name listed at the end, so it must have been his good buddy.
Cool.
So that's this arch in Utah.
Nice.
Just wanted to, I wanted to acknowledge that. I wanted to get it filed under acknowledged, and yeah, that was the first. Hey Bruno.
Hi, Nick. I
Um.
my phone just restarted itself.
Oh.
I I'm always terrible at restarting my phone,
Yes.
and I know it's helpful a lot of the time to keep it running correctly.
I,
Not that I have much trouble, but like it happens.
every once in a while, I'm like, my phone's acting not fun, and I'm like, well, I'll give iPhones this. They don't need to restart it as often, but a good restart for an Android phone, and it feels like a whole goddamn new phone sometimes
Yeah.
after it's.
Well, I was digging in settings the other day and I found that there was like some Samsung auto health check, yada yada. And one of the things was auto restart. And I told it, yeah, sure, whatever. Go ahead. Give me like a weekly restart.
That's probably for the
And
best.
apparently it thought that 8:49 was the correct time to restart it.
I'm not saying it's the wrong time
Wednesday is the most convenient.
for most things, yeah. Um, I got like I'm gonna call it a hodgepodge tonight. So this is gonna be all over the place depending on how in depth we get on any topic. But
Okay.
I only got hodgepodge stuff tonight.
Uh, me too. So let's hodge it up.
So I'm a big YouTube short guy. I'm not into the reels. I don't follow your guys' Instagram reels stuff.
They're
I
basically the same thing, though, are they
they
not?
yeah. Um I'm a D&D guy because you told me to get into D&D and then you abandoned me on this path of D&D.
I know.
Um but I randomly started getting other I think cuz I'm watching Critical Role, I've gotten recommended other D&D channels in my shorts.
Yeah.
Um what do you know about Chuckles the Clown?
It
Have you seen
sounds
any
extremely familiar, but I don't know of anything.
I just was curious if like you were getting these that I was getting. I'm gonna post the channel.
Immediately, my thought goes to Happy Gilmore and him screaming, "You're gonna die, clown."
No, this so I
I know that's
honestly
not right and not anywhere where you're going, but that was where my head went.
I like really want to get into um I really want to start this like um this channel's D&D adventure because all I've gotten is these shorts, these animated shorts that like the channel has like posted, probably not done, but they probably like had a person do them for them and then they posted them for
Sure.
this. Um There is a character on this channel that's like Chuckles the Clown that this guy does an amazing voice for. Like not amazing, but it's just like
Yeah.
uh it, it just fits. It's one of those things that like a character and a voice and like the comedy situation around it, everything's just clicking.
Sure.
And I get all these shorts anymore right now, and it's just absolutely hilarious. And I was curious if you got any of them, but hopefully you should watch one or
Nope.
two, and then you might get the algorithm.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll try.
Just the short. You don't have to do the thing long.
Um,
Just the shorts.
they're live right now, by the way.
Yeah, Uproot. I think it's a board game. No,
I
it
don't
looks
know.
like artwork of like a board game. I know, but I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Much up, uprooted.
I was gonna click it and see what it looks like.
I think it's a. I think it's like a. Maybe not. I think their logo is Root. Is Root a board game?
Well, I will tell you
Yes.
this. This
Yes.
stream is yes.
Root is a board game. I swear. I feel like
I will tell you this. This whole live stream, I think, is completely them just with cameras on themselves. I don't see a board. I don't see anything. So I got
now.
nothing.
So I posted in the text channel.
Mmm.
There is a board game Root, and like their thing Uprooted
Yeah,
looks like.
that sounds very.
Well, you can see they have like the red R, the yellow like. I don't know if they like took like. I'm kind of seeing like there's a mouse, and I'm seeing that I don't know if they like took that board game and like turned it into like a D&D campaign.
Maybe.
But
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
do
I don't know.
I've definitely stared at this box. I can like picture the shelf it's on right now when I'm at
Yep,
board game night.
I
And I've
believe
never
it.
really played any games on that shelf, but I know that shelf is always there. So, yeah, that's just a channel I get recommended a lot now, and they have some funny shorts, and you know, um, that was all that was the hodgepodge of that one. Did you have any? How many things do you have? What do you have? What is tonight for you?
Um, I think I got two hodgepodges.
Two hodgepodges?
Yeah.
Let me
Uh,
let me
do you
verify
want?
that nothing makes sense to hodge into the podge. No. Okay. Do you want to send one? Because I have a couple
Sure.
random things that kind of click together.
Would you like books or maps?
Ooh, I books always tend to follow towards the end of the cast, so let's hit maps early.
Okay. So, I've been seeing this thing lately, and I heard about it the other day.
You got
You know, maps, right? Google Maps.
okay. Navigational maps.
If I had to get to your house,
Yes.
you would tell me an address, right?
Uh-huh.
An address, it's a pretty big area, right? You know, it's it could be as small as like, you know, let's say it was like a row home, you know?
Yep.
Could be like 20 feet wide.
Yep.
An address in the country could be miles, depending on how much land someone owns.
It very much one parcels of land can be very large.
GPS coordinates, they can get pretty detailed, but how do you tell somebody that? It's a lot of numbers, you know?
Yeah.
And just the other day, I saw, Jeremy Clarkson. He's got a
Uh,
farm.
he does have a farm. Clarkson
Um,
Farm.
he also now has a pub
I saw it
that
just
he
opened.
just opened. The Instagram page, or his Instagram page, the photo that he posted for it, he had something in the bottom of it. And it was three slashes and three words. And if I hadn't heard of this before, I would have never known what it was. Let me see if I can find it quick. Clarkson, Instagram. Sure, let's get there. The words seem pretty random, you know?
Okay.
I just fucking saw. Okay. Forward slashes, three of them. Grinders.fruits.pints. Okay. Seems pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's a website called what3words.com. Okay.
Okay.
It's a mapping website. It has like aerial maps. And you go based on three words. The whole world is a grid. Every block of the grid is three words.
Okay.
So like, and they're small blocks. They're like,
I'm trying to like go to like places. I'm zooming into like a place, like I'm trying to zoom into like my house's area so I like understand how
yep, go
scale.
for it. I am as well because I don't quite remember the size of the blocks. Like my home is like 30 blocks. So like I could pinpoint to my front door, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell like mine's on an angle, so it's like weird how to count them.
Yeah. But the idea of precise navigation to a certain point, being like I can zoom in and say, "Oh, this I'm gonna meet you on the corner of this intersection," and you get directions to the actual corner that I'm standing on, like ashtray somebody passions. You know,
Not all
that's
my
a
blocks are
street corner
filled, but like 28
that I
mine.
just yeah.
I think I'm ooh, am I sit- I think I'm like sitting
So
Crane
like,
slam nest.
ooh. And then like you can try searching for things like Thursday's best doesn't really work out too well. I tried.
Uh, so, but like,
I like
where's
it though. Like Thursday's best stay, that's on the Ob River in Russia.
so like what denotates what like where does what on a how does I'm guessing like the three coordinate or like the X Y like or no like what where does three come from? Is like GPS like triangulated off of three different points?
I think it's more like um think of it more like IP addresses. I think they had so many words and so many squares, and
But, like,
two wasn't enough.
okay, so okay, so like I guess I didn't click on enough squares. So like none of the squares share
There,
resemblance and
there are no repetitions.
but like okay, so but there wasn't like 10 trains in a row. Okay. The whole concept is like blowing my mind.
They're very random.
Um uh addresses into longitude is geocoding.
Finding boxes in the woods is geocaching.
Yeah. Geocoding. Geocoding is the process of converting addresses like a street address into geographic coordinates. So
Yeah,
like geocoding like your addresses there's a formula on which to take your address and turn it into latitude and longitude and it be consistent over like if I got a list of addresses and I wanted to pin them on a map, you wouldn't put addresses, you'd probably do geocodes for like coordinates. And there's like geocoding
probably.
is like the math to get A to B.
Yeah. I thought it was an interesting concept that I saw being used. You know, like I was on a an Instagram page and I saw it from somebody a lot older than me even.
Yeah. I didn't know. I thought it was just coordinates. But yeah.
Yeah, no. It's I thought it was an interesting concept and it sounds like it could be something useful in the future.
I don't know though, because like longitude and latitude is per.
It's hard to remember.
Yeah, but
Like I could
that
give you three words and you could remember it. If I spat out a coordinates, you would not remember it.
but now we're getting back to the whole like IPs and then I'm just gonna add DNS on you. Your address is just DNS for your longitude and latitude.
That's what this is.
Yeah, but it's like no one wants to remember three damn random words. They
But I
mean nothing.
really don't want to remember coordinates.
Yeah, but like so here
They're
so
not even standardized.
with
There's
addresses
there's two different ways to write GPS coordinates.
like well, like with you like with your address like I can probably like roughly get like if I had a map I can get 2/3 of your address already done. I could get state, I could probably get like town, and I probably could get like zip code.
Okay, but that's such a big area.
Yeah, but then the other part is just the front part. Like, I might have to remember Bruno means train. I just remember like Bruno means like 74 fifth.
Yeah, okay.
Somehow, I don't know. Somehow, I don't know. Hey, what longitude latitude? That's just fucking what they do in the West. That's when I have to read off 1150 south by 080 east or 1150 north by 05 or 080 east how Indiana like fucking that's all they have out there. That's their address is just longitude and latitude.
This sounds like a better system.
No, cuz I'll be like fucking train pull up diver and it'll be like eh,
I like it.
I don't
That's all
know.
I can say.
I don't know how I feel about it. Because then someone's gonna get a racist address.
I doubt that they had to have cleared words.
I don't know. Every time you see a license, they clear a bunch of words for license plates too. But I see people somehow get fun ones.
Yeah, true.
Uh,
Okay. Mm, I was gonna
guidebook,
say I
Reddit
would
size.
rather put these like in my car GPS. I was gonna say I'd rather type these in, but I don't know if I would.
Yeah. Fucking, you mess up one word, you're going to goddamn a whole other fucking world.
Yeah.
Like, worst part about doing a wrong address is if you get the wrong house number or whatever, if you can get to the right street and like the right town, like if you get street and zip code, you should get fucking close enough. This system, you fucked up. You'll be like
You're in the
destination
ocean.
18 hours away, and you're like, oh, I don't think that's right.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Apparently, this product is backed by Mercedes, Mitsubishi, Subaru, Land Rover, Jaguar, 7-Eleven, Lamborghini. I'm looking for things I recognize.
Why are car companies into this?
Alpine,
I don't. Something about I don't like how the car.
DHL,
They're shitty.
Emergency Services UK. Hmm.
No, fucking. I don't.
Callers can now give a 3-word address over the phone when they dial 999.
So, but like, okay,
Yeah.
you're going on a hike.
Yeah.
We're doing the 4 mile up hike on the boys trip,
Sure.
and I'm like I know Eric's probably gonna like blow out both kneecaps as he's like making it up the trip, and I know I'm
I
gonna have
think
to
the
call
one we're
Mer.
looking at is a lot less than 4, but yeah. Continue.
But that was an
I,
option.
I know. It was.
Um. Uh. We're out there. How do we figure out what square we're in versus like having one of those like GPS just gives you the longitude and latitude?
I mean, they have an app.
Yeah, but like no cell service.
Shouldn't need it. Wow. Ooh. Might need it. I'll look into that. I'll get
Cause
back to
like,
you on that.
cause you can get those like longitude latitude like things that just like ping GPS and get right. That's a little device you can have.
Are you talking about like a GPS? Yeah.
Like the little hiker. I feel like I've seen hikers have like these little things that just like kind of tell them where they're at.
Yeah, it's a GPS. It's exactly. And they can be as simple as like literally a readout of coordinates or mapping that you can get coordinates from. Yeah.
So I guess if that's just gonna do the math for you to the 3 word thing, that just yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure. I'm wondering if I'm wondering if the app like preloads um words. It wouldn't take much. It'd be a lot of text, you know?
Yeah. I don't know.
Because like your phone works without cell service, the GPS of it.
Yes.
As long as it has mapping to show you where you are, it can be helpful still. It's asking me to download a language. Sure, I'll get the United States one. There was a 5 megabyte download for English. I don't feel like making an account. I'll make
Oh,
it
bro,
later.
you fucking lost. Jesus Christ.
Fine. Do it later.
I don't know. Make I don't know. Feel boomery. Maybe kids. Maybe young kid. Maybe the kids would love 3-word addresses.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be something.
Does it matter what a home address is? Do you have to pick just one? You just get some close enough.
I don't know. Do you
What about skyscrapers?
like I could okay, that's apartment numbers are a thing still. That's fair.
I'm 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 cup coffee eraser B.
Yeah, you know, that's
Maybe it should be 4 words.
then their URL doesn't work.
Think of like a skyrise. You could have like 15 floors in like one square,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
right?
Yeah. No, it's density is a thing. Absolutely.
I don't know. I feel like they have things to figure. Maybe in a rural sense, it makes more sense.
I think just thinking about it in like a quick way to get a precise location is good. Like the entrance to a trail, you mentioned hiking. If you had a quick way to tell somebody, oh yeah, at Bear Creek Tree, that's where this trail starts. And that tells you like what parking lot to try to get into, for instance, at a trailhead, and where in that parking lot you need to go to get to it.
I think I figured out why I have issues with it.
Why is that?
I think I think it makes you rely. It makes you rely upon the technology of which is the database to use the whole thing. Like at least with an address, if I gave you my 3 words, you have no, and I was like, hey, make it to my house, and like their website was down, you couldn't access it. There's no like there's nothing that like you can to just there's nothing you have that would be able to make any sense of that. Like you're reliant upon the technology to utilize the system.
Yeah. And widespread knowledge of its use, too.
Yes.
Like,
Well, you
I
don't even
let
widespread. If
let's
the technology works, you don't need widespread use. You could technically use it and like that'd be fine. But like if they had an outage and I needed you to get somewhere and I gave you like the 3 words thing, like there's nothing, like, you'd have no even context of where I was talking about.
yeah, you are correct.
Maybe I just don't like technology.
And I guess GPS has a backbone that's been more supported, I guess
Well,
I could
longitude,
call it.
latitude, like you could
I could
in
it
a make or break situation, you could like pull
I
up
could pull
a
out
map of,
maps. Yeah,
yeah.
and get close.
Or even with like addresses, I give you the right town. You could say if I just get to this town, I'll be within 10 miles of like my destination.
Yeah. Hmm.
Maybe I just don't believe technology works. Maybe I've fixed one or too many printers.
By the way, they're 10 by 10 squares.
Okay.
But
Ten.
like, let's say you went to a while ago. You went to was it a football game with people and did
Yep.
tailgating?
Yep.
They get a park, you get there, and they say, "Hey, we're at this." It's a quick, easy way to find where that is, at least in my mind.
Pro probably, yeah. Probably good for like nichey stuff like that. But
Yeah.
like, are you a local guide on Google Maps?
Level like 2 or 3, 3 or 4, maybe. Yeah.
I'm a local guide. Let me figure out what level I'm in.
I don't quite remember, but
I'm level
yes.
4, 370 points.
Now I gotta look.
277 contributions.
Level 3, 151.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell them to fix my fucking driveway, and they won't listen to me.
Ah.
My driveway's
Um.
fucked. Like really fucked on Google Maps.
Yeah, I don't know how you fix that.
I've put in the requests and they don't listen to me. So
How are they on Apple Maps?
can I look at Apple Maps online?
I don't know. We're the wrong people to ask.
Nope, I can't. So fuck them.
Um.
Oh, there's a beta. Hold on, let me look.
What if you can in like Safari browser? I'm trying to think of like Apple Maps as a thing on a MacBook.
Nope, Apple Maps has it correct. I like them.
Can you get Waze to update your driveway?
I think Waze is off of Google.
Yeah, but like Waze is also separate and like Google doesn't
I might look into it then.
Google doesn't want to lose like the map war, which is why they bought Waze, and they don't want people not to. I think it's one of those things that they know once they bring it into Google, it would be like people would use it less, and they want the aggregate of data. So they're like, oh, as long as someone uses
Yeah,
something, we get the data either way.
I agree.
Um, okay. So Bruno, you're a man of utility.
Yeah,
You're a man of practicality.
sure.
Um, push to talk now.
I mean,
um,
I am on push to talk.
so it's a little early yet. It's end of
By the
August.
there's comparison, by the way.
And well, close.
And the problem is that road that's going through my house on Google Maps
Doesn't
is
exist.
labeled as a road, and it's my driveway, not the road that's next to my house.
But yeah, you can do a UE on it.
After you drive through my living room.
Well, yeah. It's worse now that your driveway looks like a road now.
I literally think that has been an issue and caused many issues. Like, I have seen a lot of Amazon drivers turning around in my driveway because they drove down the wrong path.
Amazon
It's
vans
like literally an annoyance.
Oh man, if I still wanted to participate in Secret Santa, I'd make you a sign that says Amazon vans will be shot on site.
No, because I want them when they have my stuff. That's the
But
problem.
they don't. I thought they didn't put. I thought they just like crammed stuff on your mailbox and like left.
Amazon actually brings it to the front door most of the time.
Private
It's
driveway.
anything post office related. They shove the shit out of my mailbox.
I'd get you a portal. I'd get you like a metal cutout of like a portal turret. And you'd be like, "Beep, ba-da-da-da-da." But so we're at the end of August. Um,
Yeah.
and while it is a little ways away, I tend to try to give my parents like an okay heads up. But they got the LO Bean credit card, so they got a lot of LO Bean cash.
Okay.
So for like birthday and Christmas, I always try to like look on LO Bean and say like, "Ooh, what do I want?" Because like their stuff is more expensive, but it
They
is
do have
quality.
some good stuff. I have
So it's nice. Like
a couple things.
they get it basically for free because they get like the rewards points. I get some nice quality stuff, and it's like I don't feel bad asking for like $150 pair of shoes when like really they're only going to spend like half that because they have their reward stuff back.
Yeah.
Um, I'm starting to run through some of the more basic stuff because it lasts on Ella Bean. That what's your opinion on vests? I've never seen you in a vest, but you seem like a guy that would have a vest.
I do own a vest. It is a Carhartt vest though.
I don't
Um
care the brand, but like
I
just
know.
the again, I have a functionality. You as a functionality guy, what's your opinion on vests?
Hmm.
Do you
It's a
use your vest?
complicated thing, right? Okay.
Yes.
So I find personally that if I want warmth, I'll just throw on like let me see if I can find it quick. I have an LL Bean button up shirt. Um
Flannelist style or just like a flannel but not flannel like patterned flannel just like a fleecy like the
it's a flannel lined shirt.
okay.
So it's like if you took a flannel, made it not flannel and a bit heavier.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Um it might even be exactly this. I'm going to see. Anyways, I'm very quick to throw that on because it's not that hot. I can leave it open if I want. It's this or very very close to this. Um and it's just very comfortable. I think it's like sized up so that it's nice and comfortable, not tight or anything.
Like an extra large.
Yeah. Um I'm quick to throw that on even if I leave it open, it doesn't need buttons. But I do find that if I'm working on something, especially like if I've got a fall vehicle project that I'm laying down on concrete or on a creeper or something, instead of that with the sleeves, I'll throw on my Carhartt vest. I get a little more mobility out of the arms for trying to reach up into something.
Yeah.
So, and I know that's taking it very utility, but that's what I find.
What are you what's your sleeve? What's your sleeve? What are you rocking right now? Are you wearing a long sleeve or a short sleeve right now?
Short.
Short. Okay.
It
So
it
see,
takes a good bit until I get in a long sleeve. But I'm finding that I'm wearing more long sleeves because I have more fishing shirts now. And they're long
okay.
sleeve, but they're light. So they're not hot. But it's
I
got to be like sub freezing for me to wear like break out my long sleeve shirts because most
feel
of
like
them are
there I feel
fairly
like there's a
heavy.
I feel like there's a pivotal point of like all like guy's life where like your parents would buy you clothes and they'd be like, "Oh, it's long sleeve weather." And then every guy like says, "No, I'm just going to wear short sleeves." And then like the rest of their life they always just wear short sleeves.
That's
Other
basically me.
but I mean barring different situations, you can still have
Sure.
long sleeve shirts, but like I think
Yeah.
on average guys like at one point they just say like, "Why the hell do I own short or long sleeves?" And they just like
Yeah. No,
it's our sundress.
like
It's
middle school maybe. I don't know. Like
it's like a,
that happened a long time
it no,
ago.
again, it's a long time ago, but you like if someone that like has like at one point guys are just like, "Nah, I'm just gonna wear a short sleeve." It's It's like them discovering our sundress. Short sleeves are the closest thing to a sundress we got. Um, so my thought. So I got flannels last year for the first time. I'm not
Okay.
normally a long sleeve guy. Like I was always short sleeve. I didn't like wearing sleeve, but sometimes it was nice just to not have when it was like that. Winters anymore are weird where it's that in between weather where you don't want a jacket, but you don't
Yeah. Sure.
like stuff anymore. Or like in the fall when it is cool and you're by a fire, like I don't need like a full on jacket if I'm by a fire, but sometimes it's nice to keep the
Yeah.
core warm.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like vest, but then I couldn't decide like if you not maybe pure utility, but like would you go puffer
So,
vest? Would you go fleece vest? What type of vest would you do if you were
okay.
gonna?
First off, I don't think you will ever find me unless I'm hiking Mount Everest in a puffer of any sort.
You not a puffer man?
It's just not me.
Yeah, but that's like a classic. A classic vest is a puffer vest.
I and that's fine. It's just not me. I would first off, I'd ruin the fucking thing. I'd rip one of them little puffballs open. Absolutely 100%. Second off, I just think they look dumb personally. And maybe that's a me problem. I don't know. Maybe if I wore one, it would be different. But I don't have anything puffer.
You don't have any puffer.
I I don't know.
Exactly. I
You
don't.
know who you should talk to about this though?
Bury
No,
her.
Ryan Her.
Yeah. Should I bring it?
Let me
I
tell
should have
you, I've
I should have
seen
the vest
him.
talk.
I have seen him in a vest. That man, he turned into a new man when he put that vest on. I didn't understand it, but I saw it. Okay.
So I got him really happy. I got him like really. You know how her baits us with like everything.
Yeah, I do.
I baited him the other day.
Okay.
They were talking about stocks, and I'm like, her, what do you know about non-American stocks? He's
Oh
like, well,
God.
he's like, well, what are we talking? Like South American, African, Australia? Like, what are we talking about? I'm like, like, how do I diversify in other countries? He's like, okay. He's like, have you ever heard of like this? And he brings up some South African like mining like company. He's like,
He went straight to South Africa.
it was one of the one South America too. I think I
Okay.
I
All right.
if you go to Die for the Dow and you like look up the his post from yesterday at 7:34, the ABSA, um,
Yeah.
the South African Barclay, that's group, and the Mirkska,
Amalgamated Banks of South Africa. All
yeah.
right.
He got into some like Denmark stuff too, but that was like also yeah. But I should have the best talk with her. That seems like an appropriate conversation to have.
I think it is. I got no issue with fleece. Fleece is a pretty good product to me, like a material.
Yeah.
Um, it's a very warm, light, not cotton thing. Like
Ooh.
fleece is good. Um, I don't know. I don't hate my vest. I I don't find myself reaching for it all the time though.
No, I think it again. I think it would serve its some purposes. I don't think it's just a utility.
It's a short time frame too, I feel like.
Yeah, but that time frame when you have it was like a nice time frame to have it.
True.
Um,
Honestly, like on our trip might be the time frame for a vest.
that's what I'm thinking. Like again, birthdays at the beginning of the month, trips at the end of the month. I could have a nice vest for it all.
Uh wow. Um so last week, I think, you asked me about nosebleeds, right?
Yeah.
One of the times when I was wearing my vest, I got a nosebleed.
Oh damn.
Like what? Actually, I know where it happened. I could give you the three squares of where I got my nosebleed. The three-word square. Um, I was getting out of my dad's van to drop off a
Car
UPS
wash?
package. No, package. And just dripping nosebleed.
Oh, and just gusher.
I have a blood stain on my vest.
Oh, that hydrogen
That
peroxide.
it That's not the worst thing on the vest though. Like
Okay.
it's a Carhartt vest that I work in, like on vehicles and shit. So
Is the sun visor up? Is
sun visor's done and good.
and
Done and
painted?
dusted. Yep.
New LEDs?
I replaced the halogen, not halogen, but I replaced the filament bulbs in it with orange LEDs already, amber LEDs already,
Okay.
before I gave it to them,
Okay.
and they put them in. Yes.
Gotcha. I
Yep.
love this whole saga, and I can't wait for
I hate
something.
it.
I can't wait. I can't wait for something else to happen in the saga.
It's just fucking stupid.
I know there's different levels of trucks. I did randomly see that like I saw a bunch of your trucks listed at like the 31 grand mark, which
Okay.
I felt I don't know trims and stuff, so it's probably missing some of the like a bunch of the features you have, but I was surprised to see how cheap some options of your truck
So
were.
that could be a 23 model year
Okay,
in like a sport package, which is
probably.
like the nothing package.
But for
Um,
some people, I
they got a facelift for the
okay,
24 year,
gotcha.
like new interior and a new front grille.
Yeah, no, just but quite literally for the size of truck you get and for like it being a Jeep truck, 31 is like I feel like that's it's hard to get a truck at that of your size at that price point.
Yeah,
Also of which being a Jeep in general, which you get like the whole roof off, doors off style.
yeah.
I was just surprised by the price.
I will say their no frills is very no frills. Like
Yeah,
I'm
but like
talking no key fob. I'm talking crank windows.
but again, it's a Jeep where
But
they're
it
probably taking
is.
off the doors and like again like half that stuff like the no frills part is because like people
Yeah.
don't even want like the frills. I don't know.
Yeah. The no key fob would annoy the shit out of me. I don't think I
Nowadays,
could go
yes.
back to I don't think I could go back to keyless entry. I lived it once and it sucked. My Focus was a nothing car.
Yeah, I no, not my life.
I don't Thinking about it, I don't think the doors in my Focus had any wires running to them.
Could have taken those things off.
I probably could have. Because it was crank windows. The mirrors had a little knob that was a manually adjustable mirror. And it was keyed entry with no button. I don't think there was anything on the doors.
Yeah, I
Wow, I never really thought about that.
so uh I just so I always talk about I'm always dreaming of my next beef jerky recipe. Um,
Yeah.
I have a lot of ideas. I guess I have a lot of ideas out there because I guess I
Mm-hmm.
just I don't want to I don't want to feel pigeonholed for when I have to when I do it again. I want like options.
Yeah.
But I think for the boys trip I've settled upon going a little bit safer than some of these like out there recipes I have.
Okay.
Because I was like I'm not doing it twice before this trip. I've decided
No.
like right. So I need
No.
something that's like I'm gonna try it once and it's just gonna have to work type thing.
Okay.
Um, I
Logical.
think I might I feel it's kind of cheating. So you know I found I don't want to say I found. There's a very popular Japanese barbecue sauce brand that I see at Costco, and then I see very good reviews for like
Okay.
everywhere. The Bachman's.
Not familiar
Those
with it, but
I
okay.
think you would. It has like the squid on it. Buckins. getting you a picture.
Okay.
I feel like you would have had to have seen it some in shape or form. I'm not 100% sure, but I felt like it's like the in the same light
Mm.
as like the old sriracha sauce. Like it's some just very like they like they have a whole thing.
Yeah, I don't think I'm very familiar with it, to be honest with you, actually. I don't know that I've seen that.
Gotcha. Like it's supposed to be like preservative free, like certain thing. Like I think I might be overstating it, but I think it's of light of like the original sriracha, like a very like homegrowny, like
Sure.
down to earth sauce. I've heard very good things about it. Um, and I see it at Costco. I've seen people on like Amazon talk really high on it. I was gonna do a marinade with this barbecue sauce, which is a little cheating compared to how we do our other recipes. But on the other hand side, like I'm
No,
not trying to
that
create
fucking
a,
ain't cheating. You're clear. You're good.
but like a Japanese a Japanese barbecue sauce, which is different than teriyaki. I'm curious to be how much different it'll be than like a teriyaki, because I would in an ignorant sense, I would say teriyaki is just an Asian barbecue, but maybe that's a little too
Yeah,
more
I'm not
vinegary,
sure.
more vinegar. But there are vinegary barbecue sauces out there, so like still like I think you're getting into technicalities,
Probably a little bit.
but gonna do that, and I'm gonna sprinkle toasted sesame seeds on it. So
That could be good.
again, I think I'm gonna do the buffalo ranch because I know Damon and a few of the guys liked it. I know I can do it and I can do it well. But I wanted to try something different just to like stir it up.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't like the Old Bay one, but I still am trying to dial in how much Old Bay to put on a beef jerky.
I I intend one of these days to get some pork and do char siu.
Okay.
I could be butchering the pronunciation of that. It's Chinese roasted pork,
Oh,
like marinade.
yeah.
It's the pork that you get in fried rice.
Yes.
I have a jar of sauce to do it. And part of me thinks that there's a way to get beef jerky out of that. But I
I'd
don't
be
know
in.
how it would react to beef instead of pork.
Oh.
So
Is there like a
that's part
now I
of
was
it.
trying to say, is there like a beefy is there like a porky beef? There really isn't. Is there a cut of beef that like screams porky-ish?
No, not really.
No. Both red meat, right? Pork's red meat. What is pork?
Pork
Is
is
it a third?
considered red meat.
Okay.
Hmm.
What is the porkiest cut of beef? The rib? No.
Jerky can be made from almost any lean meat, including pork. Huh. Maybe you get some pork jerky.
To be honest, what is your opinion on pork?
It depends on the cut.
It very much.
I do like pork though.
I like a pulled pork. I like
Pulled
some
pork
good.
is fine.
I like some pork chops.
Pork chops are good.
I I, I don't hate them, and I we definitely make them for dinner. But like, I'm sometimes indifferent on a pork loin, depending on how like. Sometimes the pork loins are bad. Like if you get a
So
bad cut,
I'll tell you a secret.
yeah.
Your pork chops is pork loin.
Are they the same cut?
I will tell you that I make pork chops out of pork loin. So whether
Okay.
it is or is not, I don't know. But
It could be.
um
I don't. I For some reason, I thought they were two different. I thought they were two different parts, but I really could be mistaken.
Pork chops come from the loin. Yeah.
Okay, different parts is like a loin multiple
Nope.
parts.
Nope. It's
Pork
just
chop.
it's just pork
My
chop.
loins are always so small, and my chops are always so like big and flat. I just didn't realize they were part of the same.
So like sometimes I remember buying a pork loin, the whole loin. You know, it's probably
Yeah,
like foot and a half long and pork chop sized in roundness. And yeah, what I used to do is lop both the ends off and keep those to make like pork and sauerkraut or something. You
yeah.
know, something with a big cut, and then I'll slice the center section for chops.
I guess I would say of my loins, the center is always the best. Maybe it is like just how you get the loin like shaped
Yeah.
and like how much
Honestly,
fat to.
a butcher's probably doing the same thing as what I just told you.
Yeah.
They're keeping the nice part for pork chops and using the rest of it for loin.
With the loins, like towards the end, they just get really fatty, and I really
A
fatty
little
pork.
bit.
Fatty pork is like fatty beef is one thing. Fatty pork is like
Fatty pork, you gotta cook to get the fat rendered.
yeah, which is good
Like,
for like bacon, but like that's a whole different part of the thing.
bacon is a great pork product, you know?
Yeah,
Um, a shoulder done well is fantastic.
I guess the thing with pork is Madeline and I will go out to restaurants. We'll go out to eat, and there's not like a big pork section, but a lot of times there's like a pork option on a menu.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's just never, it just never ranks up. Like it's like I've never just like why do I
Yeah.
get a pork
No,
chop?
I'll agree with you on that. I don't think I ever order pork anywhere. Like I'll
Right,
so much sooner go to beef or chicken
right.
or like a fish even.
Or fit, yeah. Like it's just
Like
such
I
a
think it's just last on the list.
it's just down there.
Um Ground pork I find to be very useful. Like if you're making a meatloaf or a chili or a stuffed pepper, if you do like a half and half mix with ground pork, it gets really good
Yep.
because it changes a lot of things and makes it good.
I did that. I I do hamburger helper, but I do it myself. Like I get penne pasta and I ground
Sure.
beef and cheese. But I this last time I did like pork breakfast sausage with my ground beef.
Mm-hmm.
Like a not a like a like 2 pounds. That makes like enough for like
Yeah.
2 days worth. So
Also sausage. Pork is the
yeah, sausage.
superior sausage.
It is. I guess in a breakfast sense, I want my pork. So it's
Even
the
like other
saltiness.
sausage, like Italian sausage or bratwurst.
Did have sausage last night. Yeah. You are. You
It's
know.
it has its uses. I feel like it's better as an ingredient than it is as the star of the show.
And I get yeah. Yeah. Changed my opinion on it. Would you want ham or turkey? If you're just gonna have a sandwich, not like a sub, not you're going to your Italian fucking mob place to like make a deal for your family's protection. You're quite literally just like making a sandwich to go like fishing. Like you just want like the quick.
I the go-to is ham, but I do enjoy turkey.
We're a split household, depending on what her mood is.
Yeah.
We'll either get like ham or turkey. But like yeah,
I find myself enjoying a bad ham more than I enjoy a bad turkey.
that's fair.
So if I'm rolling the dice, it's definitely leaning on the ham side. If the turkey doesn't look good, I ignore it completely.
Now now the dark horse.
Yeah.
Have you ever had have you ever had sliced the buffalo chicken like sliced up for a sandwich?
I have. I don't know that it was done well though.
Okay. The sliced buffalo chicken, then I get a little bit of ranch on that thing. Ooh,
Like that sounds
good.
delicious.
Oh yeah, that's neat. Harder bread. That's definitely a sandwich that
Okay.
that harder bread definitely
Mhm.
brings it out better.
God,
No,
now you got me hungry for a Reuben again. I want to make a
don't
Reuben.
Reuben.
Ah, good. Delicious. The
Yeah,
problem
well,
is put
sorry,
way too
I
much
don't.
work into them.
I don't like Cubans. I'm indifferent on Reubens.
Okay.
Sorry, I got them. A Cuban I hate. A Reuben I'm indifferent on.
What's a Cuban again? Cuban is the ham and Swiss and pulled pork. But this sounds like a weird ass recipe.
It has to have
What's
pickles.
supposed to be in a Cuban?
I think it's Swiss.
Swiss and ham.
I'm not a Swiss guy, and I think they're
Okay.
supposed to have pickles. So I'm not a Swiss guy. I'm not a pickle guy, and like it's just like if you remove all that, like why do I have a Cuban sandwich?
Okay. I've found two recipes and they have wildly different results.
I think OG was Swiss though.
Swiss, I'm
Also
okay.
mustard.
Swiss has been consistent. I will agree on Swiss. That's fine.
I think some have mustard too. At least this recipe I'm looking at has
I
mustard.
think everyone I've seen has mustard.
I don't like mustard either.
This one says pork tenderloin. What the fuck is going on?
I think it's
That's the
any type of
third
pork.
diff.
I think as long as it is a pork, it's fine. But I think it's supposed to be like a pork product on cheese with mustard and pickles.
Okay, a Reuben is pastrami. So that's pretty different. But it's also sauerkraut and like Russian dressing. Or not, is it? Sorry, I might be getting this wrong. I might actually be talking about a Rachel. Because I know they're different but very similar.
I don't even know what a Rachel is.
Um Sorry. A Reuben has coleslaw. A Rachel. No, the other way around. A Reuben has sauerkraut. A Rachel has coleslaw? I thought it
Is
was a meat difference.
is the Reuben is the
Okay, one
coleslaw
of
or is
a
uh,
Rachel swaps brisket for sorry, a Rachel swaps corned beef for pastrami.
I do like pastrami more than
Fucking they're awfully close in my books. I don't know. Whatever. Now, I want one now. Get my panini press out for that.
um um damn that I don't even know that we're easy cast. Easy cast
Yeah.
number 3322. I haven't didn't even get through I'm trying to see if any of the hodgepodge stuff is like a quick
I got to you a quick one
what's your
about
quick one?
books. So a while ago, I told you I was reading a book called Cradle.
Yep.
I stopped that pretty quick. It just didn't feel like the right time.
Yes.
I caught up on some stuff or read something. I don't remember. Whatever I was doing, it was good. And then I got hit with a recommendation for a book called Heretical Fishing.
Okay.
It's great. It's a stupid book.
Literary genre.
Um, Definitely fantasy. I think it's part of that whole lit RPG
Okay, I didn't know.
scene.
Well, I was before you told me, oh well, yeah, he has a skill tree and he fucking has Super Fisher skill tree and he
No, yeah, like definitely think like that.
okay.
Um, I think there's a thing that I wanted to look into more. Um, Apparently there's some Chinese either I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. Oh, yes. Uh, Xanzia? Have you ever heard of that before?
No.
Xianxia. Apparently, this is a genre of Chinese fantasy inspired by Chinese mythology.
Okay.
Apparently, this book follows something with that. And okay, reading the second paragraph makes it a whole lot more sense. It's kind of like these some stories use it as a template a little bit. I could tell it was different from other stories and it had like a backbone to it of what they were going for, but it was interesting enough that I was thinking about looking into it more and possibly looking at other books that had this direction.
You know, at the end of the day, I'm just gonna need I need a whole book list. You're gonna have to have like a whole book rating list chart thing.
So when I started reading light novels and books and whatever, I said to myself, fuck it. I don't feel like keeping track of all this shit. So I'm just going to read. It's turning around and biting me in the ass hard.
Yeah, just
Because it's going to be a pain in my ass to figure out what I have and haven't read.
yeah. Like if I tell you to do these things only because I know you hurt yourself in these things.
I know, but I was.
Because then people ask you about stuff and be like, I don't think I read that, and then you start like reading the description, and be like, oh, I think I might have read that, and then you're like, did I read
I
that? And then
know.
you like check your downloads folder. Did I download that?
So I've definitely been putting it off, but I plan to make something up.
Gotcha.
I don't think it'll be too bad. I think I'll be able to figure it out pretty easy. Um, God, it's gonna suck though.
Oh, you'll
It's
make
probably just gonna be another board on Trello or something.
do it.
Uh,
Well, or have ChatGPT make you your own website and call it Bruno Reads, like Goodreads, but Bruno Reads.
I'm now thinking about it because you could host it on GitHub, can't you? Can't you host like a one page site on GitHub?
You could host your own local just web server.
I could. You're not wrong. At that point, though, fucking, why don't I just? I did look into stuff like that before, actually, as both a tracker and hoster of book files, even. Like, I was looking into the self-hosted
It
shit.
just linked to like the broken NAS of like where you can download it.
Mm,
um
God,
um oh
God, I'm
man, you
gonna
know
have a database for shit soon.
yeah, the SQL the Bruno SQL server. Um
We don't need that.
but you know what we do need
It's time for the
Thursday to
end.
come around. That means we have to end this because then it becomes Thursdays are the best days podcast. Thanks for listening and goodbye.
See you later.